I love the smell of prepping in the morning. What's up, preppers? Army Vet Florida Prepper here, and I decided to throw out a quick video. It wasn't the video I had planned for today, but I had to respond to a comment that was made on my last video, and it was a really good comment, and it kind of made me realize that maybe I didn't quite make myself clear on what that whole purpose of that video was. So I'm gonna clear that up real quick, clear the air with that. So I had a comment from, please forgive me if I mess up your name. I'm not good with names, and it's definitely a unique name on YouTube. It is Grizio Haminem. Pretty cool profile picture, I'll give it to you. He goes, prep for EMP. And he put in quotations, even if it never happens, end quotations, and you are pretty much ready for everything. Yeah, man. Right there with you. Right there with you, buddy. I agree 100%. Prep for what you feel is the worst disaster, natural disaster, man-made disaster, however you look at it, and you're ready for everything. I believe prepping for a zombie apocalypse, though, would be more of a virus outbreak than anything, more on the pandemic scale than it would be on a Walking Dead scale. I agree 100%, but in some cases, you can't just start off that way. So starting off small and prepping for what could happen tomorrow or pretty closely to the near future, then more so the far end of the future, then yeah, go for it. I can't right now. I got my wife switching jobs. She's about to be going over the road as a trucker, and once she gets settled in with her new job, then yeah, I'll start getting pretty hardcore in the prepping. There'll be a lot more videos coming out, some cool stuff that I'm doing. But at the same time, though, it's better to be prepared for something small now that you can financially afford than to go and dump your entire life savings and or excuse me, every paycheck you get to prep for a major catastrophe. So general prepping to me would be that you don't have to run out to the store when you're living in Florida and you find out a hurricane's coming your way and it's a couple of days out. General prepping is also prepping for a natural disaster that could happen tomorrow if you live in a prone area for tornadoes, which kind of don't really have a lead to them. I mean, they know when weather's going to be bad, but they can't tell you exactly when or where they're going to touch down or what size it's going to be. So having your general preps that you need to be able to survive through the first 48 hours to a week is a little bit more doable for most people on an average income versus dumping thousands of dollars into long-term storage. So if you start small, you can work big. When you get to that 1 week, you just keep adding to it and cycling your stock, and you'll wind up building enough to be able to survive for longer. There are a lot of preppers out there that have prepping channels that believe in just 100% into it, and go for it. I agree 100%, and in the next couple of weeks here, that would be happening with me, but not everybody can start off that way. I'm trying to be more for that person that's like, oh, why should I prep? Well, I don't know why I should prep. You should prep because you're not crazy if you do, if you're prepping to make sure that you're good to go with your family in any kind of scenario. So, yes, general prepping may seem like you just have some extra food in the house, but not really. You got to start off somewhere, and sometimes starting small to work your way big is the best way to go. A lot of also preppers out there try to say, oh, you need to go buy property, you need to go do this, you need to have a team, blah, 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 blah. Yes, you're right, you do. I mean, I don't live in the woods per se. I'm in the neighborhood, but it's very, very, very big neighborhood, and I'm on the outskirts of it, so I have a lot of woods around me, and I'm kind of secluded in a sense of that I only have like 3 or 4 neighbors, one that lives right across the street from me, and then one that lives like 4 or 5 blocks down from me, and there's nothing but woods in between us. Does that mean it could develop in the future? Possibly, and if it does, then that's when I'll move somewhere else. But I like where I live right now. Would I like to own 50 acres and live in the middle of them? Well, yeah, who wouldn't? I mean, anybody would love that. Well, not anybody, but a lot of people would love that. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. This house came up and we really liked it. And, when our house burnt down, and it's what we went for. So you never know. Now, will we plan to buy property in the future? Possibly. Yeah, possibly. But anyway, so back on topic here. So I figured I'd take this opportunity to be outside. It's beautiful in Florida right now. It got down to like the 40s last night. I know you guys up north probably go, oh, there ain't nothing. I've been up north there. I don't know how you guys do it when I was driving over the road. But anyways, so I figured I'd throw a video on outside in the wood line that's around my house. So with that being said, it's beautiful. Beautiful. I got woods, a lot of deer and animal come through here. If you hear some barking in the background, it's going to be my dog because he's mad that I'm out here and he's not. So it happens. But all right, so back on topic. All right, so when you prep for a major catastrophe, which should be your long-term goal, all the way out here, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of money, a lot of prepping, a lot of different innovative things that you have to do to design yourself to be sustainable off-grid. And with that being said, you also need to practice bugging out. So I plan to bug in for as long as I have to and then bug out when necessary. And that comes from a hurricane. If a category 5 is going to come over the top of my house, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to take all my preps, load them up in my trailers, and I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to take my group with me. That's the same thing for anything. Certain things that happen, you can't do that. I mean, look at an earthquake. That just comes out of nowhere. But you can't sit there and depend on the government to come in and provide everything right off rip. That may not happen. It may take them some time, or even if they do get in there, they're going to have enough supplies. The government's there to help out, but they're not there to take care of you. You're a grown adult. You need to be able to do that yourself, while also taking provisions, if need be, from the help that is provided, whether it be from FEMA and stuff like that. And please don't destroy me in the comments. I understand FEMA is a whole nother video we could talk about and different things going on in the government and stuff like that, but we're not worried about that right now. That's not something that needs to be concerned about. I'm here to help the average person that doesn't prep be somewhat prepared to be able to sustain their life and their family lives and their group's life while something's going on, whether it be for 48 to 2 weeks. And then as time builds, we'll start building more into that. Not worried about the theories and stuff behind different government agencies and things like that coming in and stuff like that. That's totally different type of prepping and everything into that. And that will come in time. Because once again, you prep for everything. And I'm not saying that tomorrow the government's going to go crazy. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that you never know what could happen. So general prepping is really important to me and for me to put out for everybody. So keep that in mind. Stay tuned because we're gonna prep. I promise you, like I said, I want to get these videos out and get it started. I'm still new to being on YouTube, so it's something that's new for me. So it's still just trying to figure out my style of doing it. So, it's just going to be a building process. And that's what I'm here for. I want to build my preps and my YouTube channel with the fellow followers of my YouTube channel so they can build along with me. We're going to go over everything from little to big. That's the whole goal of this. So, just stay tuned. I'm going to keep trying to put videos out. I'm off this entire week of Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, I would rather be working, but they shut down for the week. So, hey, I'm off for the week, so I'm going to throw out some more videos. I'm going to put out a medical kit that I carry on me all the time. I'm going to put out just some of the generalized prepping stuff that we have right now, and then we're going to start looking into some other things. So, thank you for the comment. Thank you to the followers that I have already. It's kind of mind-boggling. I didn't think I'd have followers anytime soon, and people are starting to comment. I'm going to be coming out with an email. Actually, I'll go ahead and I'll put it right here. And I'll also have it down in the description. If you want to talk about your prepping and stuff like that, and you want to find out a little bit more about me and where I'm located, I'm not just going to go right out on YouTube and publicly comment where I am exactly, because I do like to maintain that little bit of buffer between me and followers and stuff like that. So, but if you're into the prepping thing and you want to link up, maybe do a range day, go out, maybe pick my brain on some stuff, or just bounce ideas off of me, or hear some ideas that I have, go ahead, hit me up in the email address and I'll start responding to those. I have plans on a Twitter account coming and also a Facebook, but as of right now, I just don't have those up. I don't have enough, in my opinion, to have crazy I don't have crazy followers to have that stuff going, but I will have an email address where you can contact me directly, so that way it's more on a private basis and we can actually converse a little bit better than putting out everything that we do on the World Wide Web and exactly where we are and stuff like that. So I'm down for that. I love the interaction. I like talking to other people about it. Like I said, me and my wife are both veterans. We served in Afghanistan. It's where we actually met, and we got married after we got back from Afghanistan, after being together. So keeping in mind that, you know, privacy is still a big thing when it comes to prepping. I don't need everybody to know exactly what I'm doing. So that's the reason why I'm going to do the email address. But yeah, I like it. I appreciate it. Thanks for following. Thanks for the comment. I'm not going to attempt your name again. I butchered it to begin with, and I really appreciate the comment. Keep them coming. I'm going to do my best to stay on top of them. If it explodes for some reason, I'm going to do my best to pick out the best ones. But as of right now, as they start to come in, we're going to take them one by one. But I really appreciate it. Stay tuned to the channel. There's a lot to come. I promise. It's a little bit slow right now. But for those that are already starting to follow me and then comment, I thank you so much. It really means a lot. It's a lot to get on YouTube and start doing things like this, but I really appreciate it. And you all have a great time out there. You know, be safe. Start your prepping now. And if you're already prepping, keep building on those preps, because you can never have too much. Like I said, my goals are 48 hours, 2 weeks, 2 years. Because at 2 years, if you can survive for 2 years just on what you've prepped alone, whether you have to bug in or hit the road, you'll have plenty of time within those 2 years of survival to be able to get your renewable stuff going, to get your gardens going, to get your hunting down to a T. Wherever you're at, you decide to head up shop. You know, you'll have more than you need to be able to do that. And that's probably the best thing you can have, you know, get your renewable sources going. You got to be able to support yourself. You can't support yourself forever on your preps, but you can give yourself a big enough window so you can get your things in line, and so you can live off grid and keep on going. Continue prepping. This is Army Vet Florida Prepper out. There's a lot of people out there. Here, let me put my phone down here. Okay. So that died. You got to change that up.